Hey guys, Mark McMahon Real Estate, bringing you all the things you need to know so you can become a better real estate agent and an investor at the same time. So today I want to talk about how I started as a real estate agent and became a real estate investor. And probably you're in a different situation. You're probably a real estate agent and you want to become an investor and you want to make more money with your listings, or you just want to get listings, right? And find buyers that actually want to buy. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I learned over the years and how you can maybe incorporate that into your business. And I'll be putting out a lot of video content now geared towards that because that's exactly how I started, and I thought it might be kind of fun for me to share that with you guys. First thing I found out when I became a real estate agent was, damn, this business is really hard. It's so hard to get listings, it's so hard to find buyers, and it's even harder to find buyers that actually buy, right? So often we spend time with buyers and show them things over and over and over, and they never buy anything. And I needed to find a way to get clients. Now this is 2008, recession's in full swing. Not a lot of people are buying. A lot of people are selling, but not because they want to. And there's a massive amount of investors out there snapping up everything before regular people can buy it. And I just wasn't having any luck finding stuff for my clients. And I wasn't even trying to find listings at that point. That just seemed very scary to me. And the idea of getting on the phone all the time. And, you know, later on we'll talk about how much time I spent on the phones after that. But in the beginning, I was scared to death to get on the phone and knock on doors and things, so I wasn't doing any of that. I was really just doing word of mouth, and you know how it is when you first get your license. You know, your first couple of clients are friends or neighbors or relatives or things like that. That was the same thing with me. Got a couple of quick deals, and I thought, God, this is easy. I'm going to be able to find so many clients. And then it just became crickets. Nobody called me. My phone was not ringing off the hook for people looking for the massively successful guy that just closed 2 condo deals. And I decided I needed to change because I had a family to feed and there was a lot going on financially in my life at the time. I needed to cure it. So I decided that I wanted to work with investors. And just a little background on that. So previous to me getting my license, or actually while I was getting my license, I was working with the banks, repoing houses for the bank, right? I would go do the cleanouts, I would do the lock changes, I would do evictions. I mean, when people would get foreclosed on, I would be the one that met them, the sheriff there, and got the people out and changed the locks, and then we'd also do remodeling for them and whatnot. And I noticed that all the buyers, almost invariably all the buyers, were investors, and they knew exactly what they were looking for. They knew exactly what they wanted, and they were cleaning up. I knew they were making so much money. I was able to talk to them, and they were telling me how much they were making on flipping and how many they were able to hold as rentals. And my whole outlook on being a real estate agent changed during that time. But, you know, obviously my first couple of deals were friends and family. And then I got this epiphany, you know, this great idea that maybe I should start working with investors. So I went out and talked to a couple of these people that I'd been working with on the repo houses and asked them if they were looking for any more. And they said, yeah, we're always looking for good deals. And I said, well, I'll bring those to you then. That's super easy, man. There's a lot of stuff out there. So I literally went on MLS and started sending them deals. That went over like with the proverbial lead balloon. They got back to me. The ones that didn't stop talking to me got back to me and said, Mark, we're not interested in those types of deals. It can be on the MLS, but it better be a good deal. You're not even running the numbers. You're just sending us addresses. We've got MLS too. We don't need you to send us addresses. And I learned very quickly that just sending people addresses was not enough. They asked me to run the numbers for them, to find out all the information that I could get in order for them to make a quick decision as to whether they were going to put time into making an offer on that property. That was the secret sauce that I didn't know existed. And for a year, I'd been sending these poor people all these stupid MLS listings that most of them didn't even work out at the prices they were at. So once I learned what numbers they were looking for, and it's going to be different with every investor, that's why you have to sit down and talk to them. Once I learned what those numbers were, it was amazing, right? I knew what they were looking for. So I would bring them deals that the criteria met, the criteria fit what they were looking for, and they were starting to buy things from me. I realized that I was onto something. And the crazy thing is most people work with investors for a while, they never buy anything, and they stop working with them, and the next thing you know, they're having a cocktail down at the lounge after a hard day of real estate work, talking to their buddy Buzz and saying, God damn, I'm never gonna do another real estate investor again. I've shown them 25 houses and they haven't bought a damn thing. I'm done. And Buzz will happily agree with that. Yep, investors don't buy. They just look. So answer me this. If investors don't buy and they only look, and I know you know the answer, why do they make so much money? Why do they flip so many houses? Why do they own so many rentals? It's because they do buy. They buy from people that bring them righteous deals, deals that actually work on paper and in reality. So I learned those numbers. I learned how to comp a house for an investor. I learned all the expenses that go into it, right? What are rehab costs? What does construction cost? What's it going to cost to get permits? What are utilities? What are all these costs that they're going to run into during the process of flipping that house or rehabbing it as a rental? What are all those costs that they're going to incur? How can I incorporate that into my presentation so that they'll look at this house realistically and with a positive attitude instead of a negative attitude, like, oh, Mark's bringing me another MLS deal. No, Jimbo, I'm bringing you a deal. I ran all the numbers for you. I checked with the city to see if there was any violations or permits that had never been closed out. I've got a complete package for you. And that is when things started changing. I found out all the information that I needed to find out. And it wasn't that hard to do, right? It just took some time. It took some effort. But think about this. You can go out and cold call. You can go out and door knock for 4 hours a day, every day for the next 3 or 4 years, and you will have all the business you can handle. Guaranteed, guaranteed. My buddy, Ricky Carruth, and if you haven't watched him before, go watch him. He's a great real estate coach. He guarantees that if you're on the phone for 2 to 4 hours a day, I think it's 4 hours a day, for the first 2 years of your career, you won't have to be on the phones anymore after that. You're gonna have enough clients that you will have enough business coming in to do very, very well. A lot of us, though, have a problem with that 2-year time frame. That's why I switched to the investors. And it works like gold. It still works today. Now, the change that I've made over the last 15 years since I started doing this was now I am buying most of those good deals because now I have the financing and the wherewithal to buy them myself and either flip them or buy and hold them, as a rental, or wholesale them to another investor, right? But then I'm going to tax some money on top of that. If it's an MLS deal, then I just get my commission and that's it. But guys, I found the golden goose, so to speak. I can make money listing my own properties now, right? Because I've got a real estate license. I can make money selling or buying properties from other agents on the MLS because I get my commission on my side. I can make money flipping them. I can make money on cash flow with my buy and holds. I can make money in so many different ways that I couldn't do before I got my license, before I figured out how to work with investors. Guys, I want you to be able to do the same thing. All right, guys, I want to ask you a favor. It's a big ask, but I'm going to ask anyway. In fact, I'm insisting you do it. I've got a questionnaire down below, and what I'm really trying to do with this is I want more people to be able to take advantage of the things that I was able to learn, and I want them to be able to make more money and provide a better life for their families or themselves, whoever, whatever, whether you're single or you've got a family. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, want that for you. I want you to succeed at this. And it's not as hard as you think. But I want you to answer a couple of quick questions for me down there just so I can fine tune what I'm telling you and make sure this is what you want to see. All right, so please answer a couple questions down there. And in return for that, I want to send you guys my Coffee with Mark. It's going to be a short course on how I do what I do and how I did what I did. I don't have to do a whole lot anymore. Right now, I typically take a few flips a year that are extremely profitable, and I spend most of my time just looking for good deals and waiting for good deals to come to me from the relationships that I've built over the years. That's it. That's pretty much what I do in my business. Gives me a lot of time to share with you guys too, by the way. So if you could please answer those few questions down there, I would love to send you my Coffee with Mark. Typically we charge a whopping $5 for that, but today I want to give it to you free of charge just because I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. Right now, before you forget, go down to the link below, click on it, answer those questions, and I'll get that Coffee with Mark for real estate agents over to you right away, just so that you can get started and do the same things I did, guys. It is liberating, it's life-changing, and it's not as hard as you think. There is a way to make money in real estate without killing yourself, and I found it. I want to share it with you. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate you being here. Again, don't forget to click down below. It's super important to me. I want to keep bringing very relevant content to you every week so that you guys can learn to do exactly what I did. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.